All right, what is going on, Ranger fans? Welcome to another edition of 407 Rangers. I am your host, Raymond Tapia. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. Turn on your notifications. Every time I'm about to upload a post, a recap, or highlights, or go live on the stream. So we got a lot to talk about besides the heartbreaking loss. And first and foremost, YouTube, I'm not condoning alcoholism or any of that. This is for entertainment purposes only. So I will give you guys a drink for the faithful Ranger fans because that loss was a tragic loss. My goodness. Now, we all know about the Avalanche situation with them moving Mikko Rantanen, and it pretty much shocked the whole hockey world because we all know that was an unexpected move by the Avalanche. But you guys, you got to remember, I'm 35 years old, and I keep telling y'all, if Wayne Gretzky can get traded, anybody can get traded. Like, you guys got to understand that the most greatest hockey player in the world was still moved after he gave Edmonton like what, 5 Stanley Cups? So it's the nature of the league. It's a business, guys. That's you guys know how the NHL teams work. Some guys can be the greatest players of all time and they still won't keep them around. So it is what it is. It's very shocking, yes, but I also know the Hurricanes are going to be a very dangerous team now. And everybody keeps acting like Rantanen isn't playing good. He's already doing just fine, and we have to deal with that on Tuesday. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and get with the extension as well with Will Borgen. He signed a 5-year extension with the New York Rangers, and I believe it's like, I think, 4 mil a year or something like that. But very well deserved. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, he should have been traded or anything. No, he's been producing. He's been doing exactly what we needed him to do after they traded Capo Caco. So Will Borgen, it will be like a hit or miss. We have to see how he's gonna play next season with that contract now, which I'm sure he's gonna do just fine now that he's fitting in with the Rangers system. But anywho, also, Taylor Hall has been sent down to the Hurricanes for a trade with the Blackhawks, which I really don't know why the Blackhawks did that. Like all they got was pretty much draft picks out of that. So if you ask me, Colorado and Carolina were the winners of the trade because despite Jack Drury and freaking everybody else that they moved away, they're fitting in just fine because Jack Drury in the first period hits his tip in goal, and then Sam Carrick. It was more like a back and forth with this one, and I kind of really thought that the Rangers were going to be able to still keep the momentum going after all the wins they've been getting from this past week. But we all know the Avalanche are still a good team, which I'm sure they're still cooking something up. They wouldn't just move Rantanen for no reason, which, like I said, they probably did it for the salary reasons, and who knows who they're going to land. They're saying it's going to be a Crosby reunion with Nathan McKinnon and Sidney Crosby, but there's no telling if the Colorado Avalanche are going to pursue Sidney Crosby, which it wouldn't surprise me that they're going to actually still make a drastic move happen if they move the guy like Rantanen. And this is why I said we have a lot to talk about still, despite the horrific, heartbreaking loss for us today. But Sam Carrick scores the goal as well for the New York Rangers, and then Vincent Trocheck. And of course, Cale Makar. It seems like Cale Makar is going to be playing a lot more tougher and grittier now that Rantanen is gone. I'm sorry, guys. But Makar almost had a hat trick. He scored 2 goals in the first period himself. So Avalanche, they're still good. Just because Rantanen is gone does not mean there's no hope for the Colorado Avalanche. They still have a chance to go to a deep playoff run, and I'm sure they're still going to make sure they acquire the right pieces with it moving forward from Rantanen. So, like I said, the Avalanche are still a good team. I would not count them out or anything. You'd be crazy to say that. So in the second period, you had Uso Panarin score a goal as well, and then Will Borgen scores the goal and kept us in it with that goal. Because my goodness, we really thought it was going to be over because they were up 2 goals at one point, but then we got right back in it and only got down one. And this was the heartbreaking one right here. In the third period, Artemi Panarin hits a huge clutch, much needed goal for us. And out of nowhere, in the last 14 seconds, this is when I said, fuck you, Laconin, for this. The man literally gets out the penalty box after a huge clutch needed power play and nothing didn't happen. Puck gets stolen fresh off the box, and the man literally goes down in the breakaway and hits a huge goal for the Colorado Avalanche. And when I tell you that broke my soul, I am not making this up. This is why the beer is here today, guys, because I really could not believe what I just witnessed. But also, I got to give props to Mackenzie Blackwood because that save he did for Mika Zibanejad. That one timer Mika Zibanejad had, that was a guaranteed goal. Like anybody can say all the bad stuff about Mika all they want, but Mika Zibanejad had a perfect opportunity on that one timer. I don't care what no one says. Blackwood just gave us a fucking save, possibly the save of the year as well, because that was a wild robbery he freaking gave Mika Zibanejad because everybody thought it was a guaranteed goal and it was going to give the Rangers the lead, but Mackenzie Blackwood had other ideas with that glove save. Damn near looking like Igor Shesterkin on that highlight. So I got to give props to him. He had 33 saves and an 892 percentage. And Igor Shesterkin, unfortunately, wasn't at his best. But I'm not going to fully put the blame on Igor as well because the Rangers tried. I'm not going to sit there and act like the Rangers didn't put up a fight, didn't do their best. They were still in it. It was just the freaking Avalanche just were up one punch. That's all it was. Like, I can't argue about the loss. Yes, it was very tragic the way it was with the Laconin goal, but at the same time, I'm not mad at the effort. It seems like the Rangers are going to give us good games even when they lose because at least they're going to put in more effort now than what we saw in December. So I will keep you guys updated on Tuesday because they're playing the Hurricanes once again at home. And that game is going to be a game that I'm going to just be having a lot of anxiety and cardiac arrest with. Sorry, guys. But because we're going to see Mikko Rantanen in Taylor Hall for the first time in the Garden. And that team looks scary. If you guys are placing bets, I would put a future bet for the Hurricanes appearing in the Stanley Cup because what they just did with that drastic move, they can go. They can definitely go. They were already a good team, but the fact that you just landed Taylor Hall and Mikko Rantanen in that team, and you didn't even have to move everybody like that, you still have Sebastian Aho and freaking Jacob Slavic and everybody else. Like that team is going to be scary, guys. Like Ranger fans, they are if we see them in the postseason, it's not going to be like last year. Absolutely not. We need to worry because as of right now, since they acquired Taylor Hall and Mikko Rantanen, the Hurricanes are going to be the most toughest team in the Metropolitan Division, quite possibly in the Eastern Conference, maybe the whole NHL. That's how I feel about that team. So we'll see how it turns out. I appreciate you guys watching this as well. And we're almost at 100 subscribers, so thank you for tuning in and putting all the likes into the highlights and videos. It's much appreciated, Ranger fans and YouTube audience. We're going to keep this going.